What is up, everybody? Spot of Nerd here with day number 20. That is right. Tomorrow will officially be 3 weeks of doing this shit, if you can believe it or not. So, wow. Again, for the millionth time, who would have fucking thought? Not this guy. That I can tell you for sure. But today is a special day. It is a 1 year anniversary that America has been graced by the hand of God, and that man is called Trump. And I figured we would celebrate it just ever so slightly, going over some of the positives. And I'd love to know. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. What's been your favorite part of this year? Has it been getting rid of illegal immigrants? Has it been, getting more money in your pockets? Has it basically been the accountability? Sure, he ain't perfect. But I'll tell you what, compared to the last 4 years, this last year alone under Trump has probably been one of the greatest in American history. And for those of you that unfortunately might have a alleged TDS, I encourage you to, gotta be careful, I encourage you to not. So we'll talk about it. And then we're also going to talk about Landman. Season 2 just finished up. Seriously, probably the greatest television show on television right now. If you're not watching it, you're missing out, and we will hit that up. I've got some clips that I want to show you guys as to what makes this show incredible. Trust me, one of them you will literally poo your pants in the most positive sense. And speaking of pooing your pants, Don Lemon decided to put his foot in his metaphoric mouth, or whatever the metaphor is, because basically when you do stupid shit, you get stupid games or whatever the fuck. I'm just gonna roll. So yes, when I do these things live, I'm sure many of you have gathered by now, I'm tired because it is the end of the day and I've likely worked at my other stuff, and yeah, brain no worky a lot sometimes. So let's just dig right in. I wanted to share, I mean, again, I could go over, I don't know, 1,000 reasons over this last year what Trump has done to better your life, better the American lives, etc. And look, put bluntly, put simply, your life is better. Let's be very honest about that. From money to crime, I mean, health alone. Look at what is it JFK Jr.? One of the JFK folks. Everything is better under this administration. Sure, it's politics. I know. Get your violin out. Get your wah, whatever you want to call it out. Ultimately, the reason we're seeing so much chaos in relation to Minnesota, Minneapolis, etc., is because it only proves just how much we're winning. And by we, I mean the right, I mean conservatives, I mean Christians, I mean people that have common fucking sense. It's not rocket science with what's going on. And if you just opened your eyes just a little bit, even the ones that just despise every ounce, just the name Trump alone, pretty sure you could see it as well. Obviously, he fumbled pretty bad on the Epstein stuff, so let's be honest, it is not the best thing. But you know what? I doubt very much we will ever learn the truth on that. I think that's just the reality. It's one out of what, 1,000 reasons he's been awesome, so we can let one thing slide. But I wanted to show you guys real quick because I was looking up being an adult, at least the best that I can. I'm starting to learn a lot more about stocks, and if you basically if you care about your own money, you should care about this shit too, because look at this shit right here. The S&P 500 is up nearly 18%. The Dow Jones 15%, and then of course the Nasdaq 21.4%. Now, to be very clear, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo in there that I would be stupid even to know what the fuck it all means. Other than the fact, have you checked your 401ks? Have you checked all that shit? Because I'm pretty confident if you haven't, you should, because it's all gone up. Go look right now. Seriously, I mean, watch this and then go check it out. But seriously, even with all like everybody's fears about tariffs this and they're going to destroy that and yada, yada, yada. Who would have thought it actually is benefiting you? What a fucking concept. Because again, although most of this is giant corruption, corporations, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, even though the little man or whatever that fucking metaphor is, we actually get a piece of that cake too. Because trust me, I look at my 401 every day. That shit is ginormous right now. If I could retire on it, which I can't, I could retire for about a week, maybe. At least the way that things are going. But again, rent prices are down, although they're still crazy high. Inflation is down, crime is down. Crime alone, I talked about this the other day, and then I'll shut up about it and we'll move on to the fun stuff. Seattle alone, Washington, has had a drop overall in 12, I think it was like 12 to 15% crime. That alone should shock the shit out of you in the best possible way, because Seattle is a demilitarized zone. You wouldn't catch me within a 10-mile radius of that place because of just how horrible it is down there. And sure, everybody, you can push back on that and say, and it's a beautiful place and it's safe and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, go down 4th Avenue with your phone out. Have your phone out. Go down 4th Avenue. I dare you. Even better yet, go down there at 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. You won't. So that's just that. And then, of course, switching to criminals, of course, we have, as mentioned, Don Lemon, as they would say, or at least how I've seen Crowder say it online, decided, if you aren't familiar with this case, a couple days ago, decided to essentially disrupt a church service in Minnesota. And there's plenty of videos online. I'm not going to go down that road. We don't need to watch them because, again, you've probably already seen them. And the most beautiful thing is happening with all of this. And if you're not familiar with it, again, I encourage you to look a little bit further. But the best thing on the planet was this past Monday. Yeah, it was yesterday, right? The 19th was Martin Luther King Day. Ironically enough, Mr. Don Lemon, there is talk and likelihood that charges will be pressed against him. Specifically, the it is Ku Klux Klan Act. How, I mean, it's just, you almost just, there's a warm feeling that comes over you when you read something like this. Because again, this is what we also known in the reality of the world as accountability. And I know my words are not making sense really right now, but I'm pretty sure you can gather what I'm talking about. So again, ultimately, I think this is the most wonderful thing, because not only have you ruined, disrupted lives peacefully of Christians that are just trying to abide by their God and pray and worship peacefully, doing their own thing. He decided to try and make a name for himself and disrupt it, although screaming and shouting about white supremacy and fascism and all this. Yet he was the one literally doing the fascism acts and basically being the asshole. Like, let's just be blunt. What he did was, let's just be honest, he was an asshole. I'm not saying he's an overall asshole. I'm just saying the act in which he performed at this church was an asshole move. Let's be very clear about that, and I will not shy away from telling the truth. So, be as it may, facts are just what they are. But yeah, don't do that stupid. Don't do stupid shit like that. It's really that plain and simple. I don't understand how this has become rocket science in 2026. It blows my mind. It really, really does. So let's switch it up, and we're going to finalize this video with some fun, because that's what we need to do. And we're going to talk about Landman. Now, I figured what I would do first is I would play you the trailer from season 2, so you can kind of get an idea what this show is about, but not really about. $20 says I get a copyright from YouTube here, but fuck it, whatever. And then we'll kind of go from there. So let me roll out this trailer for you guys so you can kind of get a better idea. This is really for those of you that don't have a clue what Landman is or who stars in it, yada yada. So roll the beautiful bean footage.
Every dime you ever made, I pumped it out of the ground, and that don't change.
But he's dead, Tommy. And now what? I was supposed to let his trophy wife go and try to pull permits from the Railroad Commission?
I run the company. She owns it. But if you want to fight about it, lawyer up, big boy. Let's go. Why don't you let me sell this thing?
I want success. Get it for me.
Grow them, grow them, grow them, grow them.
This business. You have to know the rules of the game before you can bend them. And if you don't, you'll lose all of it.
Sow them, acorns wide and free.
Hey, where are you?
At Drill Well 7. Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. So for once in your life, just please listen to me.
How you managed to say the only thing that could possibly save you.
It's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best scenes on TV, by the way.
She's gonna blow!
I've been calling you for hours.
Sow them,
But then I lost you too.
sow them to be free.
Hey, I'm coming! Is it about me that makes you just scowl?
I just pray that you don't find something that makes the life you've lived a lie.
You take a long, hard look at me. I wasted 60 years on hope. We've avoided telling each other the truth for a long time. Let's not start now.
There are so many things about our lives that need to be fixed.
So it'll be good.
If we never keep our word, what's our word worth?
They're worth nothing. Nobody is. That's what the lawyers are for.
Sow them to be free.
Who pissed in your Fruit Loop? Shot. It's the first thing you did this morning. Now walk me through this.
So fucking good. Now, if again, broken record, spot of nerd, it's what we do here. We tell the same shit over and over. Landman is based, I guess, as it is titled, Landman. So Tommy, who is played by Billy Bob Thornton, an amazing actor, and of course the cast, all of them are truly incredible. So it's based off of the fact that he is a landman for this huge corporation, oil company, and he's trying to just make it work, all the while having his family, having the troubles of family, whether that's good, whether that's bad. He's got a kid. He's trying to bring him into it. The kid's super smart. Found, this second season's kind of been focusing a lot more on the company. The oil company itself was kind of doing some, bad things, illegal things, and ultimately ends up, we just had the finale, a little bit of a spoiler. Tommy starts his own company, but it really is, I mean, I know this is going to sound dumb, but metaphorically speaking, it's kind of like Full House meets insert any epic drama that you've ever had, because it is. It's, when they do have those family moments, it's hilarious. The lines that they the one-liners that they have, just you will laugh your ass off, specifically with Billy Bob. And the dynamics between these characters is like it's astounding. It makes you want to go and do this job. It makes you want to go move to Texas. It really, really does, and it makes you want to live their life. Again, it's not perfect. It's not supposed to be. But ultimately, it's as much shit as he gets into, Billy Bob or the family, you just can't help but watch, because you want to know what's happening next. You want to know how they're going to resolve this XYZ issue, whether it's the cartels, whether it's the big corporations, whether it's the politics, whether it's the money, whether it's family, whether it's emotions. It's so much awesome, all packaged up in a nice little bow, that you really just kind of you wish you were a part of the family, even as much as horrible sometimes as it can get. So I even pulled up, I wanted to share with you guys here their the Instagram page, and just to give you some tidbits, I guess I should say, into the actual show itself. This was the most you're going to understand why I chose this clip here in a second, but hold on, let me just make sure this is on. So, like I said, season 2 just ended with episode 10, and there's a few clips that are going to make you realize I should watch this. So, again, this is just directly from their Instagram page.
You have got to be shitting me.
You're the one that said hand job.
Hey, Pop.
Can I grab coffee?
By all means.
Is there something you forgot to tell me about?
Nothing comes to mind.
How about a 5'3" blonde with an ass like a bread basket?
Oh, yeah. She spent the night. The battery died in her car, and we need jumper cables and a truck to jump it with.
I got both. All right. What else did she do?
Number one, it's none of your business. And number two is none of your business either.
Are you with me?
Her car battery died, Tommy. We slept. That's all we did. And I got to hold a beautiful woman in my arm for the first time in 50 years. And I'll tell you something, son. Today I feel better than I've felt in decades.
Mad respect.
Oh, I would appreciate it if you would not that feeling up for me.
Yeah, well, when you snuggle up to a good one, it does have restorative effects.
Good for the body, good for the soul, good for everything.
Yeah. Well, I think we finally found something we agree on 100%, Pop.
It's just, it's
Morning.
so fucking good. Like, it really, really is. Like, there's those tender moments like that. So Sam Elliott joined the cast this season. He's basically playing Tommy's father, and he's just got a history. He's got a story to tell of his. He had a wife who, unfortunately, they lost a kid, and of course there was like drugs and alcohol involved. But you can just see the son-father bond trying to come back, and there's just little moments like that. So he hires Tommy. He hires a stripper to help his father, like, do yoga workouts, and that ultimately ended up happening. There was one more. Where was it? Yeah. Okay. So even I'll show you a couple, but this was like even some of the family stuff. So let me show you guys this one. I think this was it. Hold on a second. Yeah, this was it right here. Oh no, that was just the meme. Where was the video of that? I know there was a video on it. Might not be able to find that one, but was it this one?
Angela is someone who feels
No,
something.
that was an interview.
What's your hurry, son?
Yeah, here we go. Or this is one
All
of them.
those problems you're racing home to fix is problems when you get there. And once you solve them, there's a whole new set right behind them. You gotta enjoy the moments between the problems. Otherwise, problems is all you'll have.
You know, it's
Seriously,
funny,
mad
I don't
respect.
recall that philosophy when you were climbing inside of a whiskey bottle after filing a missing persons report on my mother.
I didn't know it then. You take a long, hard look at me. I'm a roadmap to living life wrong. But every time I got left, I'm gonna enjoy this steak, that sweet tea, a dance with your wife, that granddaughter's smile. You got it all, son. But you're too stupid to see it, or too mad, or too addicted to the fix. Whatever it is, you're missing it.
We'll be in the truck.
Like, again, it's moments like that that just define this series, because this dude's what, 70, 80 years old, and he's telling his kid, like, if you keep going the way you're going, you're not gonna have anything. And I think that's where I think a lot of this show goes, is we all can definitely step in the shoes of a lot of these characters, whether good, bad, up, down, side to side. So there was one more. Was it the Great Escape one? No. 10% success rate. There was one more. I guess I might have to find it, and then we'll do it another time. But yeah, we'll have to do another time. It was just another funny moment about, like, So Tommy always has this deal with God. So again, he always starts his day out. There's some horrible thing going on with the oil company, and so in his last episode of season 2, he's basically just cursing out like, "Fuck you, God! Why don't you just throw one more thing at me?" And he's driving down the freeway, and there's this huge accident, and he just obviously hits the brakes, and he just kind of looks and goes, "That was fucking low." He's like, obviously he's pointing to the sky. That was low. So it's just the little moments that just make this show incredible. 10 out of 10, 4 cups of tea out of 4 from yours truly, Spot of Nerd. You should and now will go watch this show. I demand it. Please. You will thank me just by watching this show. I promise you. Tell me in the comments. Seriously. I would love to if you actually do start watching it. I'm going to wrap this up. You've heard me blab enough, and I want to send huge thanks if you made it this far, listening, watching. Go ahead, subscribe, follow, like, the usual suspects. Just take pity out of me. I don't give a shit. Like, I do care, but I don't even care if you take pity out of me just to do it. So that's that. But yeah, anyway, tomorrow, what's going on tomorrow? Tomorrow is 3 fucking weeks. That's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, we will catch you guys tomorrow. Later, y'all.